Hello! Welcome back to the stream. Good to see everybody. Which one day will be more than just me. Ooh, alright. This works. Skyrim ambience. Today, let's just review where we're at in the game. Did a bit of work last night decoupling, as always. So, just a reminder, if you're using Git as your version control, you gotta use git pull to pull in the latest code. I am used to Git as my version control software. I'm gonna start this up. This is not gonna work. I want to open this Firefox. Beep. Okay. It's interesting. I used to seeing that because we got an update. So go to destroy is not a function. That's not good. I did rewrite some of the code last night and I never tested it, so could literally be anything as to why this isn't working. Oh, the token still exists, so it still goes to game, which means so I go to game. One of these things ain't working, and it's probably the game selector. So if I go to that, thought so. So this is broken right now. We're gonna figure out why. Now to existing game. So I'm passing down a function. This is technically what's known as a, no, it's not higher order function. That's when you put a function into a function and you get another function. But I am passing in a function for use into this child component. And for some reason you do not want to work. Inspect, go to console, can I move you to the right? Good. So I'm gonna save this, and this is gonna crash. Uncaught error, work loop. Destroy is not a function. Yeah. So this use effect in here is what's breaking it. I think that's quite right. So let's say we'll call this async get existing game list. Random, welcome back to the channel. Lovely to see you. Get existing game list is not defined function. Been a while. Hope you're well. Game list. Okay. It has been quite a bit random. It's lovely to see you again. I visited your lovely country. It was chill. I really liked it. You live in a beautiful spot. Saw Edinburgh Castle. I saw Glasgow. Saw the rolling hills. Got to see some Highland cows. Ah, beautiful. Lovely, lovely time. I'm doing well. We are still working on my board game, and we've made quite a bit of progress. I've resolved a lot of the networking issues that seem to be plaguing the game. Okay, so that works. That works still. That's good. The existing game list works properly. Okay. And it has a game ID and all that jazz. Nice, nice, nice. Set game list. Okay. So it is an array. It is working. Game.id. So I should be seeing a bunch of games here, and I'm not. Which means it's not populating properly. GameList.map game. How about you, Random? How is life? How are things? How you holding up? Why don't you want to render? Let's see the DILF front end. Let's see how I render things there. Coding's been going well. This is probably not. Oops. Oh, it's the front end. That's fine. Yeah, things are going pretty smooth. Just slowly chugging and chug-jugging, getting things working. I made a huge bit of progress where I figured out how to fix this weird looping multiplayer issue. So I'm very happy that that was able to get sorted. I probably need a... Excuse me. I'm still coding my board game, which I actually got to play and got a couple sales on pretty recently, which I'm very happy about. Let's see, probably need to return something here. Right, that might be it. I'll try this. This is my board game. It is called The Last Year of Carbon. Hopefully we'll be able to play it pretty soon on stream, which would be sick. There we go. I wasn't returning anything. Nice. That's a lot better. So check this out. These are all the previously existing games that I've created. Child of each list should have a unique key prop. Say this is a div, call this an end div. That's a lot better. Cool. It is annoying that this hits twice. Existing game list, but nice. Okay. So the main thing I'm working on right now is if you get disconnected from a game or you want to take a break, the ability to rejoin the game. And that's what I spent a bit of time working on last night. So what happens here is, let's just walk through the code and see what's actually going on. You start by logging into the app where you, if you take a look over here, this is past the login page because I already have a token. So basically when you log into a website, you put in your credentials, username, password, and it sends you a garbled string back, which only the server really knows what it means. You send that garbled string with every request you make to the backend server. Let me pop up GIMP real quick, just to kind of give you a better context of what's going on here. Okay, so if we look over here, we have our client, which is the website that you're looking at whenever you go to a website that you log into, and then you have something called the server. This is the brains of the operation. The server and the client communicate with each other in order to perform whatever function the website is meant to do. To log in, do I have a pencil thing? Okay, great. There we go. Paintbrush. So we have, pencil, airbrush, paintbrush. One of these will work. Okay. Oh, oops. So it has to be on the background. So whenever you log into a website, you write your credentials here at the client. Paintbrush P. You write all your login credentials here, so your username and your password, and you send that that packet of information to the server. The server receives it and verifies whether or not your account exists in the database, which is another piece down here, which is essentially the part of a web application that keeps track of persistent data. So when you're not on the website, your data is stored at what's called at rest in this component right here, which is your database. You send your client, from the client, your username password pair to the server. The server checks the database to see if these things exist, and if it gets a confirmation, the database sends to the server, okay, these things exist in my persistent data storage, which is usually represented by something that looks like this. It's just like a cylinder or something. Then the server says, okay, cool, they exist. I'm going to give them a random string, so a bunch of garbled characters that just go blah, 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 something like that. Just a complete mess of strings, a string that's a complete mess of letters and numbers and special keys. And it sends all that back to the client. And then the client, every single time it makes a request to the server, sends this thing, which is called your token. So the client sends the token back to the server and verifies, yes, I've previously verified this client is okay to run actions against the server. So that is the like building blocks of every single web application out there. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, they all do something like this, where you make the account, which puts your username or password into the database, and then you verify first that the account exists, and then the server gives you the pass, opens up the VIP section, and allows you to go in and do stuff. And in my case, my stuff is playing my board game, which looks like this garbled mess. And so the thing I'm working on right now is, so you can start a game now. And this is another thing with these are both previously existing users. And what you can do, and these are all the games they're attached to. Oh, I'm using the wrong ID though. So I'm actually going to check the database real quick. So these numbers should all line up together, but they don't. So 331, 335. If I hit create lobby, I'm only up to game ID number 159, which means I'm using the wrong ID on the server. And let me know if I lost you, because I'm barely hanging on myself here. Game ID. Right, so I'm using the game rel ID, not the game ID. So if I go back to the front end and go to my existing game list, I don't want my game ID. I want my game ID. See that? I was using game ID, which was wrong, because it's actually player game rel. That makes more sense. So instead of player game rel.id, I want the game ID. Does any of this make any sense? Now when I hit save, I'm going to go over to the other side here. These are all going to update instead of being the rel ID to the game ID. There we go. See? Now both of these guys were a member of game number 158. And I just made game 159, which I'm going to copy that number, 159. I'm going to join it as this person. And I also, this is another to-do. I had you write in your own name every game. I'm just going to put your username here instead. and that'll be something I'm going to grab from the database. The whole point of computer science is reducing the burden on the user. And writing your name every time to play this game, that would be a burden. No one would want to do that. Now, all my players are in the game. I hit start game. And this is where we're at. The game starts up, a news card runs, and then every player is going to take their turn in turn. And then the game will go. So there's still a lot to do. I need to randomize the game start order. I need to... But the thing that we'll do today is we'll fix our game thing here. So I'm going to hit create lobby. To do get name from user ID, let's do that today. I'm clearing up all the networking issues now because the game is getting to pretty close to a playable state. There's just going to be some UI that I have to fix. There's going to be a couple cards that still need their functionality programmed in. The rabbit hole just keeps going and going and going. So this shows up on the front end. My website is split, so like it says here, I have a client here. And I'm gonna go. This is my website. Actually, let's get rid of some of this stuff. And my clients, database, server. So, client. Typically, in computer science, these components, the client and the server, things that something interacts with, they're typically represented by boxes that look like that. That's my client. That's my server. And then we have the database, which I said looks like a cylinder. Call me Khan Academy. Certain code structures are established to fit all these things into the same code base. My code base is pretty basic. I have a separate repository, so a place where all the code is stored for my front end and my back end. This is my front end. This is all the stuff the client interacts with. So if you're playing the game, you only touch the part of the code base that deals with the client stuff. This is the code for the database. Ignore that. And this is my server. This is the part that you don't touch. It's sort of the mastermind, the puppeteer pulling all the strings, ensuring that client actions are appropriate. So, is it your turn? Is this action that you're trying to do legal? Is this action that you're trying to do possible? That all happens, that logic check all goes on the server. And it uses two forms of communication, REST and socket, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. The main thing that I want to do is establish this name. I want this to have every player's username. There's console log, don't need that right now. And the thing that I copied was to do get name from user ID. Let me know if you have trouble seeing things. This is Visual Studio Code. It is my favorite IDE, independent development environment. It helps make writing code easier by reducing the amount of work you have to do to output code. I use my file browser on the right side, so if you look at let's see this PC. So if you look at your file browser, this file browser is on the left side. I use Visual Studio Code with my file browser on the right side. Looks something like this. These are all the files that go into my front end for my board game. Now I need to map my players, and players exists right about here. Players comes from what's called a hook. Players. And players is an array of data. So all the players involved in the game that I'm currently playing show up on players. And set players is how we get all the players in our game. Socket on game start. Cool, cool, cool. I am passing the socket in, that's fine. Board 3D has the socket as well, cool. So, update players receives the socket emission update players from the backend. And that's the next thing that I have to deal with is I want on lobby I want player dot username to exist here, and so that I can get it when I use board 3D. And player dot username is going to be set will be set here on the back end, and I'm looking for the socket emission update players. Comes from players 2, get players in game. So this is close. I'm getting all my players where this game ID exists, but I also want a few things. I want to do a join from my player game rel to users. So if we look at my table, my player game rel has our game ID, whose turn it is, the color, the player ID. This is all good stuff, but I want my username. And my user ID, I believe, ties to this user ID right here. So I need to do something called a join. Database tables are relationship structures for storing data over time. I go back to my update players thing, get players in game. I want not just this users thing, I want to combine, so player game rel. So this table hangs on to who's playing what game. But I only have the identifier, the number of my user, and I want their username, and that is on the table users, not on the table player game rel. Player game rel, right here, this is one of the tables in my database. It has the game ID, so what game is being played, along with who is playing it and what their identifier in that game is. Kooky stuff, right? And I want to join this with this so I can get my username, because username does not exist on this table, it only exists on this one. Player game rel dot user ID, and I also want users dot ID, and I want to grab only a few specific fields here. I want player ID, user ID, game ID, and color, along with users.id. So, player ID. Come on now, get over there. Player ID, user ID. Game ID. And username, along with color. So now, the server does not refresh on its own, the client does. So I'm going to back out of this. And this should be the only place I really have to do this. Cool, my users are in. I'm gonna go back to the left-hand side. Gonna create a new lobby. Why yellow? Sick. Now if my preferred color is not chosen, then I can just join the game outright, which is awesome. I'm gonna join game with ID 161. Y yellow, B blue, sick, nice, nice. Last one, red will join as well. And now all my players are socketed in. Start the game. Bing, bang, boom. Congressman denies climate change even though his beach house is underwater. Each player recharges all batteries minus the amount of carbon in their footprint. Nothing happens because no one has any carbon or batteries. I'm going to show my hand. Take 2 energy from a neighbor's factory's batteries, put it in their cup. I believe this one works. And I'm going to target player blue, and that's free. Alright, only took 1, but that's okay. So, play card with ID 45. So, I said up to 2, but it only took 1, which means I'm going to go back to the code and see why that didn't work. I'm going to find card. So all the actions of my card are in my database. So card, spring summer, 24, and I'm looking for number 45. It was an event, so I'm going to go to my events, card 45, take up to 2 energy from neighbor's factories or batteries, put it into their cup, and I'm going to see why forced donation didn't take 2. This is why. Right here. While donor length is less than 2, if... So right here, less than or equal to... what I want is greater than or equal to 1. Or greater than 0, which kind of mean the same thing. They do mean the same exact thing. So what this means is instead of... so the player blue had 2 energy in their factory. Their dono array is an array of all of the energies they're going to donate. If it was greater than 1, then I could take it. But I take 1 energy, I loop back through. Dono array is equal to 1, which is still less than 2. I loop through again. Factory energy array was not greater than 1. It was equal to 1, meaning it dies. So that's why I didn't take 2 energy. But that's a minor thing. But we fixed it, so I'm pretty happy about that. Next, and turn. And it goes to the next person's turn. It's not ridiculously refreshing like it used to, so I'm pretty happy about that. One of my energies was taken from me. I'm going to show my hand. Reduce the player's PR by 1. Recharge 1 battery. I'm going to buy a battery, so that next turn I can buy a factory. And that turn, show hand. 2 recharge 1 batteries. Nice. So I'm going to buy a battery as well. Bink. And I will store an energy and that turn. Alright. News card 24 did not work. There are oh, it did work. If there are less than 10 carbon in the central pool, everyone has to contribute all energy produced by factories this month. Greater than 10 carbon in the central pool. No, nothing happens. So my hand, I'm going to buy 2 PR. Bing bong. The UI isn't great, but I don't care. The main thing I want is functionality first, and then I can figure out some bootcamp grad. While I'm actually working, I can get him to update the UI to look decent. Or it can be just a fun side project, but I never really see the value in making good UI until the underlying engine works. I'm like the opposite of a VC. Some people just want it to look pretty. I don't care. Cool. So I have 3 energy there. I'm going to buy a factory. Factory increases. End that turn. Last one, buy a factory. Ding dang dung. Pay for it. Show my hand. I'm going to buy 2 PR. It's the second month. I'm not going to be able to buy another factory. We'll recharge a battery. I will buy a PR. Recharge a battery. Buy a PR. Enter. Oh, it didn't work. Oopsie. Everybody passes their hand to the left. Ooh, insider trading. That sucks because I lost an energy. Draw 3 cards. Why not? I'll draw 3 cards. Pay 1 for it. Show my hand. Alright. I'm going to buy a battery. Don't know if this event works. We'll see. Pick a player. I'll pick player blue. Nice, that did work. So I should have 1 less card. Well, 2 less cards because I played 1 and then lost 1. Now I have an energy, which I'm just going to hang on to. Next person. I'll donate 2 energy. I never even got the summit cards yet. And turn. Last one. Go. Let's see. Show hand. I'll buy a battery. And I'll store an energy. And that turn. 18. Okay. Donations reduced to 0. Players failed to donate enough energy. Player 1 donated 3. 18 carbon orbs remain. Everyone recharges all batteries. Ugh, that hurts. The only one who got energy out of it was player blue. So you're going to buy a factory. And the turn, you... Let's see what we got here. I'm going to make player red lose a battery. For 1. Ah, that hurts. Losing a battery with an energy really hurts. What else we got here? Recharge 1 battery. That's nice. So I'm going to buy a battery. 2. Store 1. And that turn, last player. Have the most batteries. Distribute from universe. Have the most current footprint. I don't know why I have a dupe here. And I'll just buy a battery for 2. Store an energy on the battery. End turn. Plays with the highest carbon footprint lose 2 PR, but it's second highest. Can't lose 1 PR. Okay. No one has a carbon footprint. None of these things happen. Show hand. Steal an energy from a neighbor. Ooh. So I'll definitely do this to blue. Nice. I got a donation. Show hand. Steal energy from a neighbor. So I'm going to buy a battery for 2. I'm going to steal another energy from blue. I'm going to store an energy on my battery. End my turn. What do we got going on here? We got decimated here. Charge a battery. Okay. So I'll buy a PR for now. End that turn. I'm going to buy another factory. Bing. And turn. Players whose PR amount is less than 4 produce two less energy this month. That sucks. Or buy PR. Return. Store energy on battery, why not? Return. I'll just store 2 and turn. Game over. Oh, jeez. Every player with carbon in their footprint loses 1 PR. Oh, dang. Fall. No one donated enough. We all lost. Game over. Oh, it still allows it to run, but... So I do need some sort of game running bool. Sick. And the game ends. Nice. So, I guess we can add some sort of game over option here. Let's go to app. So I can just update the state, and I can add a new tracker here. Carbon reservoir. I can just say like game over. So I'm gonna add like a you win, you lose sort of thing. I'm gonna do that here with a new boolean, not boolean. Running. 1 equals lose, 2 is equal to win. Nice. And I can add that to the front end as well. Current reserve tracker, one players. Oh, okay, so my game context object is equal to all of these guys. And I will add game over val. Call it game status. We'll add that in as a one of these guys. And I'll add the same comment over here. Cool. Just so we're on the same page here. That's now added in. D. Okay. Now I just need to say I set game status on timeline wherever lose happens. That should be on. Game over. That's what I'm looking for. Game state.game status is equal to 1. All right. So now let's try this out. I'm going to refresh the server. The front end is always refreshing. Start this up, start that up. Cool, got my games. Create a lobby for red, why not? Join lobby 162. Join it. 162. Join it. Start game. Alright, the colors get messed up a little bit. That's okay. I'm just gonna repeatedly end the turn. I need to do this twice in order to lose the game. So my carbon reservoir is down to 12. Alright, mode 3, requirement 20, bam. Game over. That should have worked. Let's see. Game status. Oh, I didn't put it in the context object. My neighbor's kids like honking their car horn. Jackasses. So I didn't include it into my context. There we go. You lose. Huh. Oh, that'd be really nice. Is to I included a total donation to my players. So go player. It's action. I want state. This is class. Donation card, donation card R. Cumulative donation. There we go. Do I use this anywhere? It's in the model. Do I use this in the front? Player class. Donation. I like total donation better. So that means, what do I even do here? There we go. I'm gonna list every player's total donation. And also on the back end, when we go to the timeline, energy map has returned false. Okay, so that's just an error check. Energy map set. Alright, and then I want, so after the energy map is set, tally. I want to, for each player, player.total donation is going to be plus equal to energy map dot get player dot color. Should be that. Yeah. I'll just short circuit it to 0 in case it doesn't pop up. And no, that always should be equal to something. And now I want to say, because I have my players available to me, oh, this is really easy. So game, system game list, so board 3D right here. I should be able to player state array dot map p virtual code, chuck it in an empty. Does username exist on the player state array? I don't think so. Just call it p.color dash donated p.total donation. Using it like this. There we go. Total donation. Player state array is definitely coming from my context. Okay. Unordered list. List item. Ooh, that's not good. player.color. Energy color. Is that right? Gotcha. Okay. Hello, NC4. What's up? How you doing? I am trying to code a board game into a website, and it is a lot. Let's see where we're at. The lobby, 163. 63. Start it up. So I'll donate 2 here. And then I'm just gonna crank through this. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 6. Dang. Alright, that didn't work. Total donation isn't showing up. Board 3D, don't need 2D, don't need the game selector, I don't need socket. Don't need any of this stuff right now. P dot total donation. Alright, let's try if we go to the timeline. Let's just say for that. Ooh, it should be, that's where I fucked up. So that's all fine and good. But color is the strings of color. What I really want is energy color. And let's just console. Let's make sure that that's working. So for those who don't know, console.log is a window into your code to print out to the console to see what's going on. 164. Start it up. I will donate 2. Ding ding. And 2. Sick. Alright, so it did add on. It should have shown 0. Yes, perfect. That's all I need. So it would be nice to add the username to this player object. It would make things easier, for sure. but this is good for now. This is big, very big. I'm going to do the same thing on the UN section. So go back to the code base. You lose, you win, you. Nice. So I have the final state of the game set, so that's great. Game status short circuits my actual game. It's really cool. And if you lose, it shows you who donated how much towards the final contribution. Nice. Whoa. I wonder if I can see how much code I've written for this code base. It's a lot. Play Summit card. Figure it out, chuckle nuts. Cool. This is huge. So let's say what I've done today. Display games in progress. That is complete. I wanted to also win, lose, donation, display. Rejoin games in session. Correct. Agnostic. Color join. Rejoin game session. Agnostic color join. What else? I did do a card fix. Sick. Fixed force donation. And there's donation display. Username on lobby. Sick. Ooh, ah. Ooh. So ID is on my player list. It would be nice, instead of having the color which everyone knows who is what, because you've played the whole game, but it would be nice to have usernames. So if I go to board 3D, somehow had my so I have my players. On my player array I have player ID. So I do have player ID available to me on both my player class and on, I could just add username to this as well, and that would make things a lot easier. I wouldn't have to do any joins. Donation. Kind of just faffing about now. Login. Just contracts and rewards. Check up on a friend real quick. It is a rainy, dreary day where I'm at. I don't know about you, but rainy days just make me sleepy. Alright, Mandalore put up a new video. I really want to watch it. So watch a little bit of that. See how long it is first. Half an hour. No. No, I'm not going to do that to you. But I will torture you. Oh, that's too much. Welcome, traveler. You've been on the road for quite some time. Why not take a rest? Ow. I have a set of gaming pedals under my desk and I just kicked them with my big toe. Ow. Ow. Ow, that hurts. Jesus. Damn, that sucks. What's annoying is I should have done more documentation. I have a bunch of IDs and identifiers which I should have documented a bit more appropriately to know what ties to where and what. Where are we at? Add player, cool. And this includes our username, which is great. Like, it would be pretty freaking easy. Pop the username as a field in the game state. Ugh. Would be. Alright, so how does the game start? IO, emit, game start. I send the game state in the ticker. No. I don't need to send the state initially as a socket emission. But I could also just make a new socket event, which is so I just need to say update players. Oh shit. I hope there isn't crosstalk. It's game ID. Okay, so we always pull the game ID. That's good. See, I'm still learning stuff here. This is a learning experience. Oh, that burns. That hurts me. But honestly, rejoining a game session isn't crazy important right now. What matters, it wouldn't stop someone from playing the game through. Oh. I'm so sweaty too. You know what? I feel like meditating. So we're gonna do this together. Get a little Ram Dass for you. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna turn off the meme sound effects. I'm gonna meditate. Because it's good for you.
Just this moment. There is this moment. The sounds, the sensations, feelings. Just this moment. C.S. Lewis said you don't see the center because it's all center. So experience the center starting from your heart and in concentric circles, including the entire city. all coming out from your heart. All coming into your heart. Feel the energy of the city at the circumference of the circle, and feel the quietness of the middle of your heart at the center. Right in close to the center, feel all of the qualities of your personality, your history and your timeline of coming to this moment. All of it as the little circle around the center, and that all has movement and activity and identity. And yet right in the center of that is the quiet point. The bus, the sounds in the room, feelings in the body, they're all part of the circles that go around the center. But in the center, there's no coming, no going. If you still feel caught in thought or agitation, just sigh your way into the center. Just and let each sigh take you closer to that quiet center. Now move one of your hands in any way you want, but notice the relationship of the moving hand to the quiet center. Feel the stillness of the center at the same time as the movement of the hand. And see that the movement of the hand is led by the intention of the mind. But all of that is in the circle around the center. And the center just is. Sighing your way into the center, to the still, quiet space within. The universe looked at from the center, from the quietness, is seen as flow, as movement, as energy, as patterns, as comings and goings, as emotions and thoughts. From the eye of the center, the eye of the circle, where thine eye be single. Now pick one moment in your memory of today. Project yourself into some other moment. It might be on the subway or at the office or at home. Any one, doesn't matter which one. And ask yourself, go look there and see whether or not that person at that moment recognized the center. all the moments of today, one after another, the getting up, bathroom, eating, traveling, meetings. All of the moment-to-moment experiences. And then imagine the thread wove through that entire string of experiences, just the thread of conscious presence in the center of the universe, where everything is still. Thoughts think themselves, sensations occur, movement occurs, relationships happen, and in the middle of it, always, just this. Let each breath you take bring you deeper into that center, just into the quiet place, the timeless place, the spaceless space. And then if you want to make the leap, appreciate that that center point in the middle of the heart that we talk about as the center of the circle is everywhere. So that in the middle of that siren you hear, that is the silent center. Everywhere you look in the universe, everything's happening and nothing's happening. It's all changing and it's all still. When they say quietness is master of the deed, it is the relationship of that quiet center to the forms around it. It is when you stand at the center of the universe, in the silent spaceless space, timeless time. It is with that eye that you are truth. For in the center there is no longing, no hopes, no desires, no fears, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Right in that center. listen from that center to hear what part is played. We see from that center, seeing the design and the play and the dance. And every time we get lost in the periphery of the circle, the minute we remember, we are on our way back to the center. The center of the flower, the center of the mandala. The center where past and future fold in on themselves. The center where here and there fold in on themselves. There is a sound, the sound of Om, that represents all of the sounds folded in on themselves. It is that sound of silence. It is spoken, yet unspoken.
Got really into meditation over the past year or two. It's one of the most important things you can do in terms of recentering yourself when you kind of start spiraling. Ugh. I'm gonna be right back. I want to go kiss my fiance, so I'm gonna go do that. Then I'll be right back. See you in a sec. And we're back. I got a nose strip. My nose is always never breathing properly. I haven't showered in like...
Oh my God!
I know, right? I haven't showered in like 2 days. I need to shave. No shower. Bad. Oof. I'm gross.
Sussy baka.
Okay. So what's in the game and what is still needed? Let's start it all back up. Okay, previous games, rejoin game, just brings me there. You know what would be good? So is there start game, update game? Like, I feel like we're close. So, on new player. Upstate, new player. So I have all these actions. I feel like if I just have the action of in-player data, like, get game state.
Black people be like.
Okay. So end turn. It's pretty similar. So new player. Oof. So I think if we're rejoining, I need add a player. No, it's not. It should be like start game. Resume game? So players game ID. Get players in game. IO emit. Game start. I don't need to flip news. I do need to get my players. Get players in game, and that comes, so new player, so I think I need to update players. Then, resume game.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
Resume game. Dink. Now, can anyone in chat tell me the phrase for these commas here? What are they known as in computer science? There's another one right here, and one right here. So get game state, game ID. Upstate, don't need to upstate. So it's called a delimiter. I don't know if that's the phrase just in comma in strings, but it's a way of separating out pieces of data and saying this is where one piece of data ends and another one begins. So I want to initialize the game. I want to get the game.
Bruh.
Game resume. So game start. I think that just. So I look over here. What do I do here? Yeah. Alright, so the point of confusion exists in terms of my IDs.
You stupid.
No, no.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
So my socket emissions are coming in here. Set game start, set start game bool. So I want to update game state. I don't want to start because the start game bool is used for something else. Let's use in lobby to move. So I want to navigate to board 3D after setting all this stuff. And that might be all I need to do. This is just one of those, you gotta break it until it makes it sort of things. Where was I? Yeah. So I don't want start game. I want update game state. Oh, Jesus. Game resumed. Players. Resume game. So this has to be a socket emission with my game ID. Set via existing game list with game ID and nav to existing game. Oh Jesus. Existing game list. Is brought in on the game selector. And I gotta bring the socket in here as well. I need to do socket.emet resume game with my game ID. Game. Game ID. So let me know if you get lost. Now I'm flying through here. Socket is undefined, so I need to pass that down here. Didn't work. But it's closer. Thank you, average brown lad. Welcome to the stream. I hope I have an easy time debugging too. It is never the case. Especially with network stuff. Network stuff is a nightmare to code. Is your profile pic butter? Is that butter or cheddar? Cheese suits you perfectly. Gotcha. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, so I need to restart the server because I didn't. Some say I can devour a block of cheddar in less than a second. That is disgusting. That is so much cheese. I mean, good for you for being the Johnny whatever of cheddar. Oh, what's that guy's name? Joey Chestnut. That's my guy. Let's go. Let's watch something inhuman.
He is the silent warrior who stands where land meets horizon, steadfast and unshakable. A city on a hill lit for all to see. A poem written using
61230.
of every language
My guy,
of every
Joey
country
Chestnut.
in the world. He is a bead of light floating in the dark oil of night. For he is the very vessel of our freedom, the champion of the 4th of July. And he will fight until he is the last man standing on the dirt-covered surface of the earth. For his cause is the cause of victory. His cause is the cause of one nation, under God, indivisible. The #1 ranked eater in the world. 74 hot dogs and buns. The Nathan's famous hot dog eating champion of the world, Joey Chestnut! He will bend time itself until history unfolds to his purpose. He has God's username and password, and he does with it what he chooses. The Rock
Alright.
Ball.
The 103rd iteration of the Nathan.
One, begin.
We are off in the 103rd iteration of the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. Joey Chestnut, the man to beat. Said he used to be like Verlander, right? He'd come out throwing 100 in the first, didn't have any gas in the tank late. Now he's decided to even out his pace, and he's got way more in the tank late in the game.
No doubt, not the Verlander of 2013. Latter-day Vandler, unbelievable athlete. Should be amazing. What a crowd out here. Americans of all
Is he
stripes.
dunking it in ketchup?
The dream of independence once again on the corner of Surf and Stillwell.
Well, Matt Stoney off to an excellent start. Matt Suzuki and Matt Stoney.
Imagine just shoving that much meat down your
Joey Chestnut already with 6 hot dogs and buns. Matt Stoney won it.
That's right. Let's go.
Positions were tough that day.
Oh, that guy.
Taking advantage. A minute in.
I saw him eat a really big burrito once.
1 and 2.
I love this event. You know, we got to remember as Americans and sports fans, there's so much to be thankful for. The hot dog, the ice cold beer, the cutting wit of Drew McGarry, Rachel McAdams in any film, really, I'm thankful for. A little emptiness, though, without Badlands, Lefevre, Eric the Red, and Legs on that stage, and no Sonia earlier, but it's a changing of the guard.
Well, one of our favorite people is Melanie Collins, not only because she does a great job, but because she is in the splash zone, Melanie.
The best spot, Adam. They say that the most rewarding shower a person can take is after spending 10 minutes in this area called the splash zone or the spray zone. This is the area where spectators are in danger of being hit with flying debris. And the only people
I've never felt more American in my life than
might
right
be the
now.
eaters themselves. In fact, yesterday we spoke to Joey Chestnut. He told us he's taken up yoga this year in an effort to help himself breathe better in uncomfortable positions. So something to keep an eye on with him. He said his flow is much more smooth with
What a
his eating
champion.
style. Adam, back to you.
You don't think about the technique, the physical technique that you have to worry about. But that's why, if you watch that 30 for 30, you talk to other competitors, they understand why Chestnut has
It's just
changed
so
the game because of his
fucking
dedication
gross.
physically.
22. I mean, the dog's out of the
Is
game
this how you
crazy.
eat
It's
cheese?
like runs in that Red Sox Yankees debacle
It's like
over,
London, it's like
over in
London all over again.
It's just the DPMs are off the hook. I mean, what if he eats 75? What if he eats 80?
What if he hits that number?
Right? My wife always says, stop with the what ifs, you know? I mean, what if...
This is
what
repulsive.
if the Red Sox had relievers is my latest complaint. What if Cardi B married Connor Oberst? Would that mean that Phoebe Bridgers is touring with Offset?
God.
I don't have all the answers. I have a lot of
I
questions.
can't. I physically can't watch this anymore. Yes, I know. That is just churning my stomach. Oh God. Let's hop over to Leet Code for one little code solving thing. I'm thoroughly disgusted. Let's pick an easy problem. So, search insert position. Alright. Oh, N. Oh, log N. Ugh. I don't want to do that. I know what the algorithm for this is. You have a lower, the middle, and the upper bound. Start at the middle. And basically you compress inward because this is already a sorted array, trying to insert 5. So you start at, so this is, the length is 4. So you take position 1 or 2, divide it in half, and typically you do the array.length over 2, and then math.floor that to get your middle divider. And the point is, because the array is sorted and you want an O of log n solution, there's that O of log n, yep. You don't just iterate through the array. You don't just go 0 to 1, 2, 3, because that would be O of n. N means for a data set you hit and analyze every member of the data set. O of log n is you analyze log n, which I believe is, it's like a reverse exponential of the number.
Wi-Fi anywhere you go.
Hold up.
Ugh. So we have let low is equal to 0. Let upper equal to nums.length minus 1, because we don't want to go outside the bounds of our array. And then the middle is, like I said, math.floor. Nums.length of the array over 2. And then we have our target. And then we iterate while low is less than high. That's high. If our target, and target is the number, and if our target is greater than our nums of mid, high high, then becomes mid. Else if target is equal to nums.mid, then we return mid. And finally, this is the final case where target is less than nums.mid. We need to move up in terms of our search bracket. So that would be low is equal to mid. And then mid becomes equal to so it's so that's 2. I believe you add them together, divide it by 2, and take the math.floor, I think. One, I think. It's something close to this. Probably gonna fail, because I didn't test it that well. I won't even see it. Oof. Wrong answer. Target 2, output 4, expected 1. So low is equal to 0, mid is equal to half the length of our array, high is equal to the length of the array minus 1, while low is less than high. If target is greater than nums of mid. So at the start, this is equal to length is floor, so this is equal to nums of 2 is equal to average brown net sound. Hello, Dominic. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing just a quick coding problem for a wrap for the day. But I've been spending quite a bit of time on turning a board game I made with some friends into a web app, which is a website with a server. Nums of 2 is equal to 5. So 2 plus 1. I don't want to use my brain anymore, which is why I'm getting a little sloppy here. Okay, wrong answer. Case 1 worked. That's cool. Target 5, output 2, expected 2, done. Output 5. Oh! Oops. What I want to do is... Hang on. Let's go back to the description. Put 4. Yeah, the positions. I guess I don't need this. Maybe? I'm just being lazy. 6.
Go crazy! Go stupid!
That is... Target is 2. How did you get 6? Minus 1? Something like that? Let me know if you have any comp sci questions. Although it doesn't show it right now, I've been in development for quite a number of years. Developing software for my job. I'm about to start a job in 2 weeks, which I'm very excited about. So that's 3. nums of mid, so that's 2. This is, so target is 5. Now let's choose one where it's not involved. So target is 2. Alright. Target's 2, so mid is 2, so if 2 is greater than nums of mid, and mid is 2, my array, that's 3. So that is not the case. This is not the case either. Oh, this is where I'm messing it up right here. That's it. I think. No. No, that should be fine. So, 2, right. Low is equal to mid. High is equal to mid. This is confusing, but so we have an array of 4 numbers. If my midpoint is too high, so if the number I have is less than my target, then I need to move up. Yeah. Something like this. Some of these things are off, but it's just gonna spin forever. Damn. Let's see how close I got. JavaScript. Sorry, just my brain's farting right now. Binary search. Okay, see? Left, right, nums out. We'll just do full nums that length. Left is equal middle plus 1, and they just do the middle right here, so they don't calculate it twice. So I was right with the left plus right over 2, and this one was left plus 1. That was close. Middle doesn't exist. Oops. And left. Whatever. There we go. That was close. I hear thunder in the distance. Ruh-roh. Alright. Sporp has earned a little Team Fortress 2 as a treat. So I'm gonna go Bool. Nothing makes me feel dumber than getting a easy leet code question wrong. The thing is, the higher up you get, the more you abstract things. It's kind of funny how that works. Like, the pathway always seems to be getting so good at coding that you never have to code anymore. Come on. Because people always go into management or... Damn. Nice and laggy. I'm on the UK server. So the sockets, this will have to get tested when I hit scale. But there seems to be an issue where... Hey, Random, welcome back to the stream. Playing a little TF2. Sporp earned a little TF2 as a treat. Yes. Do you have 3 YouTube accounts? That is just wild phrasing. Maybe it's my American sensibilities, but we typically don't say the brown one sent me. Do I now know your real name? No, the brown one is a homie. Hell yeah. Thanks for sending me your homies, man. I appreciate it. Ah! I'm listening to TF2, to Skyrim Tavern music. Along with random Windows noises, sitcom laugh track, meme noises. I do appreciate you, man. I love you too, Random. Thanks for supporting the channel as always. That wasn't at you, that was with you, I swear. Oh. That's for you, buddy. Ugh. I gotta say, coding makes me sleepy. Always happy to have you around. Always happy when you dump some memes on my chest. Oh, oh. I'm gonna die. I didn't die. I died. I've been saying this for a while, but I will bring back the shock stream at some point. I just gotta put it on my laptop so it doesn't fucking kill the stream. Because when I do it... Yes! Oh, hell yeah. That'll make a complete Friday. Oh! Oh! How you been doing? What have you been up to? Hope life's good. I saw you, duck. Stand up. Be a man. Stand your ground. Ah. Loud. Are any of these stateside? Oh, actually, Dubs Bowl. Phoenix. Yes! I'm excited, man. Hopefully, in the next 2 weeks, I'll be able to finish up the game into like a playable state. It's not going to be pretty, but hopefully it'll at least be functional. I'd love to get you to try it out and see what you think. Get effed, homie. Oh. Let's see, did I get any new subscribers? I think so. So, pre-dump, I'll do some pull-ups. Do I still have the... Yeah, nope, that's not the right one. That's another stream. For any of the uninitiated, I occasionally do a shock stream. I've hooked in an Arduino to a relay, that's a spy, to a electric fence transformer. And if you type a command, there's a chance that it'll shock me. I'm not doing it today because it takes it's a bear to set up, and I hate it because it hurts. But it will be back at some point. Vlogs. Wow, let's listen to some crime jazz. Excuse me. Hey. Alright. I think we're gonna make it to the next spot. Alright, I'm getting some energy back. See, this is why I love the TF2 community. They're actually helping each other out right now with config files in chat. Very cool stuff. Too loud for me to hear that guy. Your Uber Eats is here. Go get it. Let him in. Ta-da. This guy is killing me. Literally. Who is it? Who is it?
笑，天地一片苍茫。
Alright, we're moving and grooving now. There we go. Dimmer down. Do they have a sentry up there, or is that us? No, it's them. God, he's good. Makes sense. Checks out. Checks out. Yep, that is theirs. Nice.
Well, I don't know, man. Seeming sus lately. Looks like we have an imposter.
It'll be good once we get past this choke point. This choke point's always difficult. Ooh. Hey. Hey, got him back. Now, was that the meme sound? I think it was. Or do we have memes incoming? It's the eternal question. Real memes or fake memes? What do you memes? Bonk! Oh, that's the signal. That's the bad signal right there. We'll finish up this map. And we'll go right into those memes. Those tasty, delicious memes. Could eat them for breakfast. Oh! You thought. I thought. You thought. The med tag team. They're healing each other. Yes. Alright, we're in. In like sin. What are you doing back here? Are you crazy? Oh! That was bad. Alright, I did tap him. What are you doing? Double tap. There we go. Oh, that sucks. I'm afraid to step outside. Get stomped on. Nice. wiggly guys. There we go. Thank you. If you want to protect yourself against a sniper, the best thing to do is stay on the ground so you can move directions better. Once you get that parabolic arc in the air, you're an easier hit. Pew. Ah, I hear more memes coming in. Oh, buddy. Oh, baby. Oh god, it's so slippery. Can't predict his movements. That would be sick. It's hilarious. Just kamikazing. Oh, that's that shit. Tap, are we sure? Oh, we might have it here. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. All right. Oh, don't laugh at them. That's not polite. Let's get into those tasty, tasty memes. Let's pause all the meme shit. And for those who missed it, we did watch a bit of Joey Chestnut just throating dogs. One of the most repulsive things I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh! Oh, the gold mine. Look at this. Everyone, can I get some thank yous in chat for random? Can I get some claps, some applause? I'm gonna pop out the clap emoji. Bam, bam, bam. Beautiful, beautiful work. Let's get into these memes. My guy. Hang on. He's just going for it. Ali G Show. Classic. Classic. Remember when that came out? Back when people used to watch cable. Oh, it is raining like crazy out there. Jeez. Oof. Woof. just no comment. know, sometimes in life you're right where you're meant to be. Why? The Squidward walk is a beautiful little addition to that. I love that. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun one right there. Classic. Classic longshoreman number 3. Don't you love when your dad comes home and takes a number 3 in the big toilet? God damn, LeBron. God damn. Oh, number 1 in the court and number 1 in my heart, am I right? Yeah. Ow! It's true. Shout out to Unk. Shout out to Unk. My guy.
Not anymore. Who you speaking for? You ain't speaking for me.
Wade in the water. Wade.
Oh! God damn. That's funny. To be fair, that's a fire reply. Shit. Emoting in real life is a beautiful thing. Alright. Jesus. Woof. Jesus Christ. Meow. The Doppler effect. Amazing. That's what it's called when an ambulance is like meow. The Doppler effect. I learned that in physics, AP physics back in high school. It's good to know. You gotta let God know you're the homie sometimes. You'll do anything. You'll ride or die. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. Toy Story movies. Andy's mom never remarries. This is a subtle nod to how Andy and his mom were better off without a stepdad. Just like how my mom and I were better off without Trevor. Stop dating my mom, Trevor. You're stupid. You know, that was the reason they made Toy Story. One guy wanted to flip off his stepdad for years and years and years. Look at that. Man, it's gonna start. It's gonna start. It's gonna stop eating those sugar cubes. Those sugar cubes are the one thing of life that, like, you know, this guy here gets. You're gonna take that happiness from him? It's not cool. I'm sorry, I literally don't know what this means. I'm almost 30. I have no freaking clue what these hieroglyphics mean. Push button to choke dinosaur, I guess. That's hilarious. Oh god, they just keep coming. Woof. That is an image. Insider reaching for a cop's gun. Oh, that's a cop. I thought this was an eye. I thought this was a mouth, and this was like it wearing a horn or a crown or something. That all checks out. That makes way more sense. Don't you hate it when your emotions make you reach for a cop's gun? Damn. Whoa, that's as bad as like the Mr. Rogers clapback. I forget what it is. Yeah. Mr. Rogers would be ashamed of you. That's a lethal hit. Oh jeez, I don't even, man. I can't even. Oh. Oh, it's the toxic guy from what's that movie? God, that's a face. Yeah, I feel like this is a, you know, when you see someone else happy out in public and you just want to remove that feeling from them. I feel like that's what that is, the internal representation of that. It is a fit. Like, that is, goddamn, I gotta get that outfit. And the hair. I'm working on the hair right now. I haven't gotten a haircut in months. I'm trying to see how long I can get it before my wedding. At which point I'm gonna have to cut it. But not before. I do not know what I'm looking at. There's some people... I keep saying this, but we need to bring back shame to the internet. I think shame would fix a lot of issues in the world right now. Hey man, never makes you feel better. Oh, that's funny.
Wait. There's no risking your job again yet. There's no risking your job about it. That's what I'm saying. Wait. There's no risking your job again yet. There's no risking your job about it. That's what I'm saying.
Average British.
20, 40,000, 3 million, $18, 40 million.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Counting the bills. Racking them up. Who would win? Highlander, there could only be one. Their fight will be legendary. Oh, I love the phrase dirty on perks from, oh, what is it? Philly Court by Gillian Keeves. That was dirty on perks, man. Amazing. Someone's gonna fall. Yep. How lazy. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. That's a burn somewhere. Oh, the cinnamon challenge. I never tried it because I'm not an idiot. It's so bad for your lungs, like, breathing in that particulate. And it's gotta feel like fire. Just imagine them backing a dump truck of sand right on you at the end of dinner. You had a tasty steak with some potatoes and just done. Oh yeah, Vienna sausage guy. Yes, yes. Look at him. Look at him. It's Joey Chestnut. That's the Joey Chestnut. Wow. He's 35. He's from New York. Go, chug him down, Joey. They get them wet so that they can compress them better. He's so happy too. Look at that smile. Look at him. Look at him go. Scrum. Oh jeez. Yeah, I've been thinking about my balls a lot too lately. I found a lump on them. Not to like totally bring the mood down. I got them checked out. It's just a cyst. No actual issue, but like you don't think about your balls too much until you really think about them a lot. I would envision that getting something lasered off of them would feel something like this. Jeez. But also, why are you smoking butt naked? That's a recipe for disaster. It's a lit thing. It's fire. I don't hang around naked around fire. I just don't think that's intelligent. Let's go back to our boy. See, water's where it's at. Let's get some more claps in the chat for Random. Thank you so much for your beautiful donation of memes to the server. We appreciate you as always, Random. Mwah. All right, it is 4, almost 4. It's my hard cutoff. I gotta go do wedding things. I'm glad people out there are thinking about my balls. I appreciate that. You know, it warms the cockles of my heart. Alright. I do gotta go do adult responsibility things and please the fiance by taking her to a ring shop. Because I'm getting married and there's so many steps. There's so many things you gotta do to marry somebody. It's crazy. I'm gonna call it. Thank you so much for the memes, Random. Thanks so much for stopping by. It was lovely to see you again. It's been a while. Virtual hug to my homies out there. I'm gonna kiss y'all goodnight. Mwah. Remember, always kiss the homies goodnight. Have a good rest of your day, rest of your night. We'll catch you in the next stream. More coding for LYOC, and hopefully we'll get the game up soon and we'll be able to play it together. Love you too, Random. Mwah. Bye-bye, everybody.